Hey everyone, it's Melissa from the Turtle Nail Salon. Thanks for tuning in today. If it's your first time visiting my channel, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use a striping brush to do marbling using shellac gel polish over top of a gel nail. This technique is also good if you're doing a shellac manicure on a natural nail. I filmed it in real time, so it is a little bit of a longer video. If you don't want to sit and watch the video, that's perfectly fine. If you do, you can go ahead and grab a snack or a bevy or both. You guys know how I roll on my channel, and make yourself comfortable. Let's get started. The colors we're using today are Secret Diary and Baby Smile. I know in my intro I indicated that this was a full-length video, but I ended up figuring out on my new software how to speed up the parts that weren't as important as what I was showing in the video. So it's not as long as I originally thought. When Kelly came in for her appointment today, she says to me, "Melissa, I really have no idea what I want to do. In fact, you can do whatever you want." And I joked with her and I said, "You might not want to give me that kind of power." So we settled in and we started talking about what she was looking for, and she was thinking something fall. So I did show her what fall collections, that she could pick from, and she ended up going with my most recent fall collection from C&D, Treasured Moments. That one was released in 2019. I understand that my new collections are arriving later this week, so I'm really excited for those to come and do some swatching. I started off with the color Baby Smile, and I polished that on the pinky and the pointer finger. And then I went in with Secret Diary and I polished the ring finger, the middle finger, and the thumb on the right hand. And then when that was done, I did the same thing on the left hand, doing the pinky first, as well as the pointer with Baby Smile, and then going in and doing Secret Diary on the ring finger and the middle finger and the thumb. And I just bumped the camera with my head. It's really funny because Kelly and I were actually talking about that before I started filming, and I said, I usually got to be careful because depending on how I do my hair, because in case you haven't noticed, I kind of have a lot of hair. So if I pile it up on top of my head out of the way, and if I look forward, I'll bonk my camera that's shooting the downward angle of what I see. So every now and then I bonk the camera, and yeah, that's just my way of life right now with the YouTube channel. There I am doing some cleanup. I like to joke that sometimes I color outside of the lines, but if you clean it up before you cure it, it'll always look much better. Don't ever try and do cleanup after you've cured a gel polish. It will not come off the skin. right, and here we are doing the marbling. Before you marble, you add a second layer of polish to the natural nails or to your gel fill, whatever you're polishing over top of. It's really important that when you're doing this, that you do not cure the second layer of your shellac. This is what allows you to do the marbling, is in the uncured layer. So I'm going to put Baby Smile again on the pinky and on the pointer finger. Nice and thin, you don't need to put it on really thick. If you do put your shellac colors on too thick, especially directly over base coat, you can get what's called wrinkling or rippling, and that'll just lift right off the person's natural nail. It will not stick, and they'll be unhappy and they'll be coming back. Once you've got your second layer on, you can grab whatever other color you're going to be marbling with. In this case, it's just the two colors. So I'm gonna grab some of the Secret Diary once I have taken my striping brush out. I'll show you shortly what it looks like, probably even show you guys a couple of times how it looks. It's a medium length striping brush. I just bought it on eBay. So you can take your polish out and then just make sure you have enough to almost drip it on top of the color on the nail. It's a little bit tricky, but it's definitely not difficult to do. Once you've gotten everything on the nail that you want, you can take your brush away, just make sure it's clean and pop it back in the bottle. Now's the fun part. Whoops, and I bonked my camera again. There we go, showing my brush one more time. I went and grabbed some of the Baby Smile color to put on the bristles. And then you just drag it through on the diagonal. It doesn't really matter how many lines you do on each nail, just make sure you fill your canvas. You can do the diagonal lines just in one direction, or you can do both directions on the same nail. It gives it a little bit more dimension. I really like how that ends up looking, doing it both ways. And then just doing it again here on the pointer, right down the middle of the nail. Sometimes when you're doing this part of the application, you don't get directly down the middle of the nail, or it's not quite straight. You don't have to panic. It's not going to wreck your design. These are almost, I don't want to call them abstract, but if you make a mistake, it's very hard to tell with this particular design, and none of the nails will look the exact same. They'll all look a little bit different. That's what makes this particular design unique. I'm gonna do the second coat, and then I think I did change my mind. She's gonna go ahead and cure that hand in the LED lamp while I work on her left hand and do the pinky and the pointer finger. Normally I will do all 5 fingers on one hand. Sometimes though, what happens when you're doing the marbling is it'll kind of run off to the side if you have a little bit too much product on the nail. So I decided today to just do the 2 light colors, just the light color on the 2 fingers, and then cure that, and then just go back and forth between the 2 hands. It works for me, it makes me happy with how the design finishes out. Got a piece of fuzz on the nail, so I'm just gonna yank that off. Don't ever leave any type of lint or fuzz on your shellac uncured, because once you cure it, you definitely can't get it off, and it will still show at the end by the time you've got your top coat on. It'll be a little tiny bump, but it'll still be visible. So there we go, just down the center of the nail, a nice line. And then just take your brush again. I'm doing mirror image for Kelly. That way they're not all going in the exact same direction on all 10 nails. Some clients prefer to have all the nails the exact same, and then other clients want a mirror image, and that's perfectly fine. I still did it where I pulled my striping brush in one direction, and then I pulled it in the opposite direction just to give it that extra dimension I was talking about earlier. gonna go and cure that hand in the LED lamp. She'll bring her other hand out to me, and I'm gonna work on the ring finger and the middle finger. Just doing the same thing, a nice thin coat of shellac on both nails. And there's my head in the way of the camera. And my glasses. Oops. Doing a little bit of cleanup. You can't usually see what I'm cleaning up on camera because I'm not zoomed in a huge amount, but I'm always cleaning up just that little bit that my naked eye can see. And there we are, doing a line right down the middle. And again, just doing the diagonal stripes. Wow, I had some fuzzy hair happening. My goodness. Oh well, those are the joys of having naturally curly hair. Oh, look at that, covering the whole screen. Sorry. And that'll go cure in the LED lamp. And then I'll work on her left hand. Same thing that you guys just saw on the right hand. Thin layer of shellac color on both nails, and then that little bit down the center and some striping action. I am guilty sometimes when I am polishing. I'll forget to cap the free edge on the first coat, or I won't do a proper job on that first coat, so I'll go back in on the second one and I'll just touch it up just to make sure they don't get any chipping. Kelly is lucky. She's one of my few clients that she is hard on her nails, but she has never come in with a chipped nail, at least that I can remember. When she does come in for her fills, you can definitely tell she's been using her hands and her nails, because the tips will just be a tiny bit rubbed off, but I've never seen a chip on her nails. There we go, doing the diagonal lines again. Oh, there's my head all the way covering, sorry. Here we go, and we'll just do the middle finger with that line down the middle. And then the diagonal stripes. I think there was a little bubble there, and that's what I was trying to get rid of. She is off to be cured for that hand in the lamp, and she's going to bring her right hand back out, and we're going to do the same thing to the thumb. A thin layer of shellac color, nice and smooth, and then just doing a line down the center. bit of cleanup. Grabbing some Baby Smile, going right down the middle. If I seem to recall, when I did this, I had a little bit extra Baby Smile, but that worked out well because the thumb on most people is quite large and you need that little bit of extra color just to get your design on the entire nail. So this actually worked out to our advantage. All right, and that's gonna go and get cured, and we're gonna do the left hand. Same thing. Nice thin coat. And then a line of Baby Smile right down the middle. I don't know if you can tell, it was either this thumb or the other thumb, and I kind of put the line on crooked, and again, it wasn't even a big deal because it worked out well for the design. All right, so that's all of the striping, pardon me, that's all of the marbling that I've done with the striping brush today. I'm just going to apply some top coat. This part of the clip I have sped up just so that it's not as long. It's not rocket science putting top coat on, so I didn't want to do a real-time segment for that. And there you can see I'm doing all 5 fingers on the same hand, just like I did when I applied that first coat of color over top of Kelly's gel. And capping off the free edge. She'll go into the lamp, cure that hand for 1 minute in the LED lamp, and then we're going to do the left hand. And onto the last digit, the thumb. And that's gonna cure. She'll bring her right hand back out as soon as it's done. And I'm going to clean the surface of her nails with 99% isopropyl alcohol. It's what the manufacturer recommends and leaves beautiful shine over top of the finished nails. Once I've got that all cleaned off, I'm going to apply some cuticle oil. I like to use the C&D solar oil. I used to make my own oil when I first started doing nails back in 2011, but the dollar and the markets changed, so then my ingredients that were coming in were doubling and tripling in price. So I just ended up going with the manufacturer's cuticle oil, and it's worked just as well. Her left hand is done now, so I'm doing the same thing. I am wiping it off with 99% isopropyl alcohol, and then I am going to put on some cuticle oil. Once this part of the service is done, my clients do get a hand and arm massage up to the elbow. It's something I've always done and will continue to do. And here comes the finished product. That's what they look like. All right, and that's how I use a striping brush to do marbling. For marbling, you can either use a striping brush, a dotting tool or marbling tool, or stylus. They're all the same thing. They are a metal stick, and they have a little ball on the end of it for doing any type of drawing on natural nails with shellac or over top of a nail enhancement. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below, and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to ring the bell. That way you'll always be notified when I post a video. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye!